What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. We're going to do a Sword and Shield alternate art tier list. For this list, we're going to include the Charizards from the UPC. We're also going to include that Flareon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon Premium Collection. We're also going to be grading this based off of the Pokemon and the artwork. Value is not going to go into consideration, a little bit because the market is so volatile with the alternate arts, but also value can sway you a lot in how you think a card looks, just because of the numbers behind it. So just in consideration, the Pokemon and the artwork. Also, if there's a few of these that don't look like alternate arts, they just look like VMAXs or trainer galleries, we're going to consider that as well. All right, let's get into it with the first card. These are in no particular order, but it looks like we got the Galarian Berserker. To be honest, something about this card I really like. Could be a lot better, but also could be a lot worse. The artwork style is pretty cool. And for that, I kind of want to put it in all right. I wouldn't say it's good. There are way better alternate arts, but it's not bad. Oh man, next up we got the Blaziken. This is one I personally am not a fan of. Chilling Reign's biggest card. I love Blaziken as a Pokemon. Artwork wise though, something about it just never really hit me like it seemed to most people. For that, I'll put it in good. At the end, we might move things around a little bit throughout their tiers, maybe drop them a level or not. Blaziken, it's not great. It's all right. We'll put it at good because I like Blaziken artwork wise. It's all right. Oh, next up, Conkeldurr from Pokemon Go. That's going straight in the garbage tier. This card, artwork is pretty bad. Pokemon is pretty bad. I don't really care about it. I picked one up recently because they're so cheap, but, if I pulled this card, I wouldn't be stoked. Next up, Celebi from Fusion Strike. Celebi is pretty sweet, honestly. I think this is a underrated card for sure. Really nice artwork, good contrast between like the kind of purpley background and the green Pokemon Celebi. Celebi's a great Pokemon. It's kind of like the second gen's Mew. I think that's a great card. Better than the rest of these for sure. Next up, Medicham from Evolving Skies. This is a disappointing one to pull. If you're opening Evolving Skies and you pull a Medicham or a Duraludon, that's just a bad day right there. Maybe even a bad week for some people. And for that, I'm going to throw it in the bad tier. Next up, Honchkrow from Brilliant Stars. Honchkrow is pretty nice, actually. I think this card looks all right. I don't really like the artwork style of this kind of like, I don't know, it's like a painting, I guess. Like somewhat realistic, but still like drawn. Not a huge fan. I think I'm going to put it in bad as well. I definitely think Berserker is better. Oh, the Vaporeon V. This is a good one. I think I would put this one in great. It's definitely not my favorite of the promos. I think it's worse than Celebi. I personally like Celebi more. So we'll throw that in below Celebi, but definitely above Blaziken for me. Next, we got the Beedrill. Beedrill's pretty cool. Beedrill's all right. Actually, Beedrill might be good. We'll put Beedrill in good. It's above Blaziken for me. I like the Beedrill. We got a nice kind of diversity here between the cards, right? Like they're all kind of spread out nice. We got a good starting point for this list. Beedrill, it's not great, but it's good. I like it. Looks really nice in person. It'd be sick if it was like Butterfree instead of Beedrill. Like even the same card with Butterfrees or something would be really nice. But Beedrill, it's a good card. Another Astral Radiance card, Origin Form Dialga. I don't really like this one. Something about it. It's worse than Berserker, better than Honchkrow. Yeah, it's all right. I'd be stoked if I pulled it. I wouldn't go out of my way to get my hands on this. I like the moon phases that's on there. I don't like how Dialga itself is on a blue sky background. I like the colors kind of going around the edge, but it could be better. Like from a distance right now with it so small, you can barely tell what Pokemon that is. If I didn't know, I'd be like, what? So so Dialga, it's all right. Nothing special to me. Okay, our first UPC card. We got the Charizard V. I think this one is a lot of people's favorite. Personally, I don't really like it that much. Something about it is just like, I don't know. I just don't like it. It reminds me of something I would have seen in like a illustration book or something in elementary school. For that, I think I'm gonna put it in all right. Honestly, I like Berserker more than it. Not Dialga, but Berserker is better. Next, we got the Alphabet Soup, the Unknown from Silver Tempest. I opened a lot of Silver Tempest and never pulled this. I pulled the Lugia after a long time, but never any of the other alternate arts. This one's cool, but again, it's not anything special. Better than both of these, the Medicham and the Honchkrow. But I think I'll keep it in bad. It's just kind of a mess. Like I don't really like the illustration style like too much on it either. It works in some cards, as we'll see later. Whoever this artist was, I'll put credits like on the screen here at the bottom. But the flat 2D style, they do dimension well for not having like much shading, but this card just does not work with this type of design in my opinion. Another UPC Charizard. Oh, we're getting the next two of them. The VMAX, I like a lot. This is my favorite of them. I'm gonna put it in good. Yeah, I think I'd be more excited to have the Blaziken in my collection, but that's, this is where value can jade you, right? Like, I think Charizard, like, it's a really cool Charizard card. It's like, it's really nice. The Blaziken, I think the Blaziken is worse artwork, but I like Blaziken more than Charizard as a Pokemon. I feel like those are interchangeable. We'll leave it like that for now. Then you got the Charizard V-Star. This one has grown on me. I like it a lot because of its counterpart, the Mewtwo from the Galarian Gallery there in Crown Zenith. If we're just looking at artwork wise though, I do think the VMAX is better. It just like the Godzilla effect is just like so cool on that one. Ooh, the Dragonite. This one's going right into the best for me. Personally, I think I've said it before. Dragonite is my top Pokemon. My number one is always kind of rotating out of like a couple. Rayquaza, Dragonite, Espeon, Totodile. There's probably other ones I'm always forgetting. But anyways, Dragonite is always in my top 5. Sometimes it's my number 1. I picked up this card. I got a really good deal on it. My local card shop didn't update the prices and it was like $50 below market, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. I had a whole lot of store credit there, so I only ended up paying like, I don't know, something like $50 cash for it. Traded in a whole bunch of Vs like a year ago. Never ended up buying anything. This was like the perfect card for me to pick up. So stoked I have it. Definitely the best for me. It might be the best just because it's Dragonite. The artwork could be good. Artwork, I'd put a 9 out of 10. It's cute and fun, but I wish it was a little more badass. I'd love like a really cool Dragonite card, not like a cute Dragonite card. But nonetheless, it belongs in the best. There we got Sandaconda. Now this card, this is one that I think falls under that with like, why does it exist? Why would you make this card an alternate art? Why would it be so hard to pull? I don't know. But something about the artwork I really like is I'm always attracted to it when I see it at like card shows, sitting in displays. It's not an expensive card. It's not super rare. Lots of people have it available. It's cheap. I'm sure people are just buying and trading in. Like, who cares, right? Bad Pokemon, great artwork. It's not garbage for me. I think a lot of people would put it in the garbage. I would honestly put it above the Honchkrow and Medicham. I'm putting it in bad. It can't go much higher than bad because it's Sandaconda. Like, I don't care about Sandaconda, but the artwork looks really nice and it's a great card in person. It's bad though. Don't get me wrong. Next up, Duraludon. This is one of the trainer gallery cards I was telling you about. This was like their first introduction of like, oh, it's a trainer gallery. Like, they shouldn't have made this card. They should have put it in the trainer gallery. Better than Conkeldurr, but garbage. The VMAX Duraludon, on the other hand, I gotta say this Pokemon is stupid. I don't like it. You might like it. That's fine. I'm not a big fan of it. The card looks really nice in person. It's definitely not garbage. Is it bad? I'm going to put it at the bottom of all right. I think it's better than all the stuff we have in bad, especially if you see it in person. The texture is really nice. It does a great job at like showing the size of Duraludon or the VMAX. Like it accomplishes what it's trying to accomplish really well. It's just not a great Pokemon. Artwork is pretty good though. Better than Sandaconda for sure. Unfortunately, I pulled a few of these. If you're open Evolving Skies and you pulled Duraludon VMAX, what a letdown. Like, imagine if you pulled any of the other VMAXs, the Rayquaza, the Umbreon, the Leafeon, like any of them would be so much, like infinitely better than pulling this. I pulled 2 of them. Rough go. Next up, another card that's going to have to go in the best. Gengar VMAX. I don't think it is my personal favorite alternate art, but it belongs in the best. It's Gengar. I don't really love the art style on it, to be honest. But because it's Gengar, like Gengar's a 10 out of 10 Pokemon. The art in person, the texture, the holo is amazing. Like, this card looks really good in person. I never pulled it. I don't think this is a card I would ever pick up just because of the value. It's better than, I like it more than the Giratina and stuff like that, so I'll keep it in the best. It's probably going to be a little lower once we get into more of the cards, but it's the best. Oh, another garbage one here. Hisuian Sneasler. Crap. I don't care about this Pokemon and I don't like the artwork. It's a waste of an alternate art spot for me. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Another similar one, Hisuian Lilligant. I'm going to put this one a little higher above the Medicham just because I like this feel. This feel in the foreground's cool. I like the artwork style of it. It's very like light and I don't know. It's nice. It's not like dark and heavy. It's light. It's kind of like watercolory. Whereas like, the Sneasler is just like a very dense design. Like the colors are very deep. It's got like a nice background on it, but there's a lot going on in that bottom left. This card is well balanced, light. I like featuring the Spheal. Like I said, I love Spheal. It's not a good card though. The Pokemon, I don't like that they just were like, oh, here's Legends Arceus, take some alternate arts. I get it. I don't like that they did it though. It's a bad card. Another S tier. This one, or best. Best is S. We're putting this ahead of the Gengar. That's the Lugia. This card is amazing. I think a lot of people are kind of on the fence about this card. There's a lot of people that don't like it because it was easier to pull, I guess. You know, especially in America, you guys had those like hacked Silver Tempest packs that were what, like guaranteed ultra rares or something like that. That was insane. I managed to pull this out of like a Pokeball tin from a clearance aisle. Like, I never really expected to have this card in my collection. It was really cheap for a while. We're not really considering value in this. It's gone up a lot. I was seeing PSA 10s going for like 550, 600 Canadian the other day, like at the trade show. Insane value. I think it's really good. It looks really good in person too. Like, the storm and the lightning and stuff really like shines out behind Lugia and all that. Like, it is an amazing card in person. Amazing artwork. 10 out of 10 artwork for me. Lugia's like a 9 out of 10 Pokemon, 10 out of 10 Pokemon. Reminds me a lot of the Pokemon 2000 movie, and like it belongs in the best. No arguments. To me, it's the best. Greedent V. Another waste of an alternate art. Better than Sneasler, not good. Galarian Rapidash, on the other hand, this is a really cool one. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, but when I pulled it, I was like, pleasantly surprised. Got mine graded. It's a 10. It's really cool. I like it more than the Blaziken, honestly. I'm putting it up here. Yeah, it's on par with the Beedrill for me. Very cool card. Pretty stoked to have it in my collection. I think if you don't have it, pick it up. It's a nice one. It's not that expensive. Great artwork, and I think it's a great spin on Rapidash. An awesome Pokemon. Another Chilling Reign card, the Galarian Articuno. This isn't my favorite of the birds, but it's good. It might even be great, honestly. I think I'll put it at the bottom of great. It's cool. It's better than Beedrill. Is it better than, you know what? It's better than that Vaporeon as well. I'd put it on par with Celebi for me. It's great. The Jolteon VMAX. This card is great too. This is from the promo box. This one is it's not my favorite. I think the Vaporeon's my favorite. I think this one's probably number 2 for me. Yeah, we'll put it in great. It might move up. It might go ahead of Articuno or Celebi there, but it's right in that realm for me. And the Zeraora V, I feel like the one from the Galarian Gallery, I think it's the V-Star, is better than this. But this is a nice card. I pulled a couple of these. One was like super off-centered, ended up selling it. But the one I kept, I graded out of 10, so that's awesome. It's a good card. I don't think it's great. I think I like Rapidash more. It looks really nice in person though. It's better. The texture is really nice on it. It has a lot of like texture kind of bringing your eye right into that center area there. It's a great card. It's good. Yeah, we'll put it in good. I keep saying it's great. Everything's great, right? It's an alternate art. It's going to be amazing, but in terms of alternate arts, there's definitely better. Sleepy Tyranitar. I think this was the first alternate art that everyone liked. I know I had friends being like, he's drunk, right? He's not drunk. Homie was just like eating a hell of a lot of food, right? I don't like it, personally. I think there's better cards. It's good. I didn't like Battle Styles, and this card did not convince me to open Battle Styles. So can't be that good, right? It is better than a lot of this stuff. I would put it top of good. It's better than the Beedrill. You know what? It's better than that Vaporeon too. I don't like that Vaporeon that much. We'll put it right there in great. It's great. Oh my god, Tornadus. Crap. Worse than the Duraludon. That's garbage. Better than the Conkeldurr, but not by much. I hate that Pokemon. I hate this like art style. It looks like it was just like colored in super heavy with like Sharpies. Not a fan of how deep and heavy it is. It's just chaos. It's a chaotic card. Not a huge fan. Garbage for me. Genesect from Fusion Strike. This one's goofy. You know, it's not an expensive card. I like it. I don't really like Genesect a lot, but this artwork really like nails it for me. I think it's really fun. I like kind of the hard edges and stuff like that. I like that it's breakdancing, all this stuff. Really cool. I would put it in good, honestly. I'll put it right here. Pretty much on par with Blaziken to me. Better than all these Charizards. It's a good card. Galarian Moltres V. For me, this is the best. I think this is my favorite card in the Sword and Shield era. When I saw it, I wanted it so bad. Never pulled it. That's why Chilling Reign was like the only set where I was just like mass buying booster boxes and ripping them. Like, I don't rip that many packs, you know, I'm not out here ripping a booster box every week or even a booster box every month or two. Like, I do it very occasionally. For Chilling Reign, dude, I was ripping boxes. I probably ripped like a whole case of booster boxes trying to pull it. That's why I have so many alternate arts from that set. I pulled 2 Shadow Rider VMAXs, a Shadow Rider V, the Ice Rider VMAX, Galarian Rapidash, 2 Zero Auras. I was pulling stuff, lots of duplicates, but I was pulling stuff. Never pulled this card. Traded in a whole bunch of bulk. I think like 6,000 bulk common uncommons for it. Worth it to me. Great card. Super stoked. The one I got, I graded in a 10. It's hanging on my wall. Super happy I have this card. Best card. Very simple artwork, right? Like it kind of contradicts what I've said before. It's not a lot of color, you know, there's only like 4 or 5 shades of color in this, but its use of color really pops. It looks really badass. I think it's one of the coolest and scariest cards we have. I also love this artist. They did the Hisuian Samurott VMAX as well, or whatever it is, in Crown Zenith. It's also one of my favorite cards. Something about this art style really hits it for me. And this Pokemon, like the Galarian Moltres in this artwork, it makes it my favorite of all the birds. Like Kanto or Galarian, it's my favorite. Ooh, next up, another big heavy hitter, the Giratina V. For me personally, I mean, it kind of has to go in best. I wouldn't go out of my way to get this, though. I didn't open a lot of Lost Origin. I wasn't like too amazed with it. All these cards are definitely higher. It's better than the Celebi. I'll say that. It might go in great. We might move it up. I'm going to put it in great for now. I think there's a lot of better cards, but it's definitely like a top 10. Really cool card, but the artwork is just too much for me. I think it looks better on the Magikarp than this. Yeah, and Giratina, I mean, I didn't play Gen 4 too much, so I don't really have any connection to Giratina as a Pokemon. Artwork is great. Pokemon's cool. We'll put it in great. I think it could go in best. We'll have to see. Next up, Glaceon V. Honestly, this one, not a huge fan of. Better than the Vaporeon, but yeah, it's great. Like, it's definitely not good. It's better than good. So I'll put it in great. It could be better. It could be a lot worse. I think that's the spot for it, though. This one's going in the garbage. The single strike Urshifu VMAX. It just looks like a VMAX. It was like I kind of mentioned at the beginning. Some of these cards aren't really that special. I wouldn't be too stoked if I pulled this. And I look at this like if a kid is ripping this and they don't really understand. Like when I was a kid, I was ripping packs with gold stars and stuff like that, and I never really like knew what the chase was or necessarily cared. I knew EXs were cool and all that, but I don't think if a kid pulled this card and like not knowing, like if they didn't know it was an alternate art, they would probably just think it's a VMAX. And for that, I'm gonna put it in the garbage. It's the best out of these garbage cards, but it's pretty bad. All right, the Glaceon VMAX. This one is awesome. I'm gonna put this one in the best. It's the best. I really like the little Pokemon in the foreground. I like Glaceon. Looks way better than in the V. The V was like just kind of too simple for me. It kind of captures the idea pretty well, but the VMAX really hits it home. Love the texture on this card. The holo is really nice. It's the best. I would put it above Giratina for me personally. I do love Evolutions as well. Like Giratina's super dope, but I'd rather a collection of Evolutions than a really cool Giratina. I don't think it's better than the Gengar. Like the Gengar looks really nice in person. I think it's a good spot for it right there. Next up, Golurk V. This is another waste. This is in Evolving Skies. Imagine pulling this. Like, I'd be so disappointed. And just for that, it's going above that Duraludon. I don't care about you, whatever, Rayhan or whatever his name is. It's still a bad card, though. Not very cool. I don't like it. I don't like the Pokemon. It's garbage. Galarian Zapdos. I'm going to throw this one in all right off the bat. Not the biggest fan of Galarian Zapdos. I think the artwork, it's kind of cool. It gives me Roadrunner? Roadrunner vibes. You know what? I would probably put it above all of these. I would like Galarian Berserker more, though. And yeah. We'll do that. I'm kind of looking at this all, like, imagine if they were all the same price. If all these cards were like 20 bucks, which ones would I rather like buy? Yeah, I think this is a pretty solid list so far. Blissey, I'm going to put Blissey in bad. I think the Trainer Gallery one is a lot better. Honestly, I'd rather the Sandaconda. Something about that Sandaconda, dude, I'm just, every time I see it, my eyes go to it. Still a bad card. Blissey, there's better Blisseys out there. Not a big fan. Next up, Lumineon. This card is really cool. This is a card where I think the Pokemon isn't that great, but the artwork is really good. And for that, I'm gonna have to put it. I might put it in good. I'm gonna put it in the bottom of good. It might move up or down a little bit. Like I could see it above Berserker in all right, like top of all right. It could move up good a little bit closer to that Genesect as well. All right, next up, the Inteleon from Fusion Strike. This card's cool. I grabbed a PSA 10 of this for the same price as the raw copy off an eBay auction, which is pretty cool. This isn't a card I would ever pick up or be super stoked to chase. But like the only reason I have it is because I got the 10 for such a good price. I think it's cool. I like the artwork. I like the, you know, Modern Warfare 2 sniper Inteleon here. He's like up on high rise, getting some quick scopes in, rocking the intervention, but not a great card. You know, cool Pokemon. I like Inteleon. I like Sobble. Card's all right. It's all right. I think that's a good way to say it. It's all right. Do I like it better than the Lumineon or the Berserker? I feel like it's better than Lumineon. I'll put it in good. I think it's good. I wish they did one for Cinderace and Rillaboom as well. It would have made sense to do all three, but this is what we got. Inteleon, my favorite. I like it. Could be better. Next up, Machamp. Machamp from Astral Radiance, the big chase from Astral Radiance. I don't really like this card, man. I don't like how blue Machamp is. Could be better. I don't really like this artwork style either. It's like really chaotic. I like Machamp as a Pokemon, but I think I gotta put this one in like all right. I think it's better than Berserker. It's all right. Could be better. I think there's like a certain audience for this card, right? A certain demographic. I'm just not that person. Espeon V, I feel like this is like a little bit similar artwork. It's kind of crazy, but Espeon is one of my favorites. It's not the best. This artwork could be a lot better. I'm not a big fan of the artwork, but I like the Pokemon. I would put it above Tyranitar though. I think that's a good spot and great. Espeon VMAX, on the other hand, the VMAX is amazing. Love it. This one's going up here. I'm going to put it ahead of the Gengar. Like if I was opening Fusion Strike, I want Espeon. Gengar's cool. I want Espeon. I'd put Espeon at a 10, Gengar at like a 9.5. It's in my, top 4. That makes sense. I like it right there. That's a great card. Another silly one, the Skuntank. I don't even remember what set this is from. Maybe Silver Tempest, right? Let's see real quick. Yeah, Silver Tempest. What a waste. Like when you have 4 alternate arts and you do a Skuntank, a Regidrago, an Unknown, and a Lugia, like, come on, Skuntank is going garbage. I mean, there's no real specific order here. I think it's better than the Greedent, but it's not good. Regidrago, this one's going in bad. I just mentioned this. This is a silly one. Yeah, right there with the Medicham. Honestly, like when I think of the Regis, I think like Ice, Rock, and Steel. I don't think about Regidrago, Regieleki, or Regigigas. If this was a Regirock or something, Registeel, I'd put it a little higher, maybe in all right or good. But I feel like this card is just like, there's no depth, no dimension to it. It's just like a blob of gray. Like you can barely tell what Pokemon it is. Like from a distance, it's not that great. We've got the Mew V from Fusion Strike. I don't really like this one. Again, like it has its demographic. I'm just not the type of person for this card. I like the VMAX more. I'd put this one in all right, honestly. I would probably put it like here. Yeah, right in the middle of all right. Could be a lot better. For Mew, I think they could have done a lot better. The Mew VMAX, this one, I like this card, but it looks like a VMAX. It's kind of the same as this Single Strike Urshifu there. It doesn't, I feel like you might skip over it thinking it's just a VMAX. Like there's not really a lot that says this is an alternate art. I like Mew, I like it, but honestly, if we're just talking like artwork, I would put it in all right. I would put it in good, just because I think what it does well. I'm going to put it in all right, though. I would rather it than any of these. I'd rather it than both of those, actually. Now the Mewtwo. The Mewtwo, this card is silly. I chased it. I like it, but I also hate it at the same time. I like the Pokemon Go logo on it. I think they could have done more. I think it's the best card in a bad set, right? Like, what are you going to do? It's all right. I think it does what it's doing well, right? It's Pokemon Go. It's trying to kind of show Mewtwo in the real world. It works. It's not that cool of a card, though. There's way better Mewtwo's like Mewtwo's. There's way better Mewtwo's like the Test Tube Mewtwo. I think that's from Shining Legends or something like that. There's better cards out there. It's all right. Rotom. Rotom is actually pretty cool. I would put this one better than all the Mews. I'm going to put... but I don't really like Rotom as a Pokemon. That's the problem. You know what? The artwork is really nice on it. I'll put it up here with the Berserker. It's better than all that, in my opinion. Umbreon V. I don't know why, but this was my absolute favorite card when this set came out. I loved the Umbreon V. Now I don't really care. It's good. It's a great artwork, but it's not my favorite. I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. I wouldn't pick it up. If these were all the same price, like I said, I wouldn't. I would buy it before a lot of them, but I think it's going to have to go in great. I think I would put it... I like that Jolteon, man. I think I'd put the Umbreon above the Jolteon. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Right at the top end of great. The Umbreon VMAX, this card's going there. It's in a top 5. I think this is like, there's no debate that this is the most iconic Sword and Shield card. It's going to go down in history. It's going to hold like a strong spot there at the top forever. Really cool artwork. Looks amazing in person. Not my favorite evolution. Like my favorite evolution is definitely Espeon, but it's up there, you know, you can't go wrong with it. It's honestly in contention. I would put it, I have it in a frame with the Galarian Moltres on my desk here, right beside my table. I don't know if it should go any higher. I think I like the Lugia artwork more, to be honest. We'll keep it there. We might move it up a little bit. Sylveon V, dude, this one, I don't know. Something about this one I don't really like either. Better than the Vaporeon. It's great. It's not like bad. I don't really care about Sylveon. The artwork's nice, but it's not like amazing. Would I rather the Beedrill? Dude, I feel like I should bring the Beedrill up. We'll review at the end. The Sylveon VMAX is like slightly better, but still not great. I would probably put it like here. Slightly better. Honestly, I think I want to bring down some of these. I'm going to bring these down right now. I was going to wait till the end. I want to bring the Beedrill up to the top of good still. Beedrill's not great. It's not great, but it's better than these, the Sylveon V and the Vaporeon, in my opinion. The Origin Form Palkia. A lot of people like this one. I know a lot of people were like, this card is so cool. I like the art style. I think it's cool, but it's not, it could be way better. Again, like you can't really, like when it's this small, like on this list, I can't even see where Palkia is in the artwork. And it's not a card I would buy. Like, honestly, I don't think, like maybe in a trade or something, I would never go to my way to get this card. I'm going to put it right here beside the Dialga. I think I like the Dialga more. Next up, Arceus. This is a really cool card. This is God of Pokemon. Arceus is like the #1, right? A lot of people love Arceus. I like Arceus. Very cool. This artwork looks really good in person. I picked one up recently. I'd probably put it in great, honestly. I would put it, yeah, right here. It's better than Glaceon. It's better than Tyranitar, too. It's better than Sylveon. It's right there. I think that's a good spot for it. I like this card. I was really hoping to pull it, but I just kept pulling Lumineons and Charizards. But, I mean, happy to pull the Charizards. Okay, we got, I don't know, 15 more maybe. There's so many alternate arts. Wow. The Leafeon V. This one's cool. I like this one a lot. I like it more than the Espeon. Even though Espeon's my favorite, that Leafeon, I think Leafeon's my second favorite, and the V is really good. That's a really cool card. The V Max, dude, this is going higher than Gengar for me. I really like, that's honestly probably my favorite card in Evolving Skies right now. I wish I pulled it. I wish I picked it up when it was a bit cheaper, honestly. Really cool card. I like the artwork on it. It works. The like kind of flat, almost looks like a paper craft style artwork, just like cutouts on top of each other. Really like it. It's nice. It's up there. I don't think it really beats Espeon or Umbreon, to be honest, but it beats Gengar and Glaceon in my opinion. Empoleon from Battle Styles. Not a fan of this one, and I really don't like Phalanx, the Pokemon it's with. Not good. I feel like this card could be way better. If you're an Empoleon fan, I'm sorry, but this is a bad card. Oh, dude, would I rather Sandaconda? Probably. I think that's a good spot for it. Aerodactyl, another Lost Origin card. This card's really good. It's great even. I would put it up here. It's above Tyranitar for me. That's a nice one. I think that's a good spot for it. The Flareon V. This one's good too. Honestly, I think this one is better than Tyranitar as well. Honestly, both of these are better than that one. There we go. I think that's a good card. The Flareon, I think it's a lot of people's favorite from those EV boxes. I do think I like the Jolteon more. I really like the Jolteon. Something about it. But yeah, Flareon, it's great. The Flareon VMAX, though, not as big of a fan of it. I'm going to put it in good. I don't know. Something about it. Is it better than Beedrill, though? It's probably better than Beedrill. Yeah, I would like it more than Beedrill. I might like it more than Glaceon. Anyways, Flareon's pretty cool. It might go up to great. Flareon's pretty cool. I like that Pokemon. I like the card. I like the Pokemon. Artwork's good, but there's definitely better ones. The V is better than the VMAX for sure. The Rayquaza V. This one looks like it should be a trainer gallery as well. I really like Rayquaza. I don't like this one though. My sister pulled it, and you know, I've contemplated trading it with her a bunch. Like, I think she'd be down to trade it for something that I have, but I don't really have a desire to have this card in my collection. I'd way rather the VMAX. The V's all right. I think we're just gonna put it in all right. I would rather it than the Mewtwo. I think I like the Mew more though. The VMAX, on the other hand, that card's super cool. Better than the Glaceon? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. I would rather these evolutions more. I love Rayquaza, but I feel like there's been better ones. Like, I really like those, the Mega Rayquazas from whatever sets those were. You know, the ones from Roaring Skies. A lot of the older Rayquaza cards, super cool. This is a really good one, but it could be better. I personally think I like the Trainer Gallery one more. But this one, you know, the best, no doubt. Great artwork, great Pokemon. It's like 9 on both of those for me. Galarian Slowking. This one's cool. Another card I never pulled. A card I kind of wanted to pick it up. Just nice artwork. But again, like not a great Pokemon. Artwork is nice. I put the artwork at like a 6 or a 7 if I was doing out of 10. Pokemon wise, it's like a 3 or a 4. So it's going to have to go, oh man, probably in the bad category. But I'll put it at the top of bad. Nah, I think I would still like both of those more. Sandaconda has been like a defining factor for me if it's like good or bad. Like Sandaconda is bad, but for me it's the best of the bad. All right, next up we've got the Charizard V. Charizard's a beaut. Like this card is so cool. It's a special card for me. We pulled 2 of them. My girlfriend pulled 2 out of like 5 packs, just from different places. She grabbed a couple packs from Walmart, randomly pulled it on like release weekend. I grabbed a bunch of packs from my local LGS. I think I grabbed like 36 sleeved packs or something because they didn't have booster boxes in. It's a tiny store. Pulled it out of one of those. So yeah, she pulled 2 very quickly, probably within like 5 to 10 days. I like it. It's the best Charizard. Could definitely be better, but I'm going to put it in great. I think I like it more than a lot of these. I like the Aerodactyl more. Let's move these a little bit. I think it's better than Arceus. Yeah, let's do it like that. Right there. In the middle of great. Now, Rapid Strike Urshifu V. This is kind of crap. I don't like this one. Like, the Urshifus, I don't like it. Like, same with, like, Twilight Masquerade. Like, I don't like it when they heavily focus on, like, one type of Pokemon that has different forms, right? They had so many Urshifu V Maxes, like, Single Strike, Rapid Strike, whatever. I don't like the different Ogerpons kind of hogging a set. Same situation, Don't think this is a cool card. It kind of just looks like a full art with a nice background. It's better than the VMAX Single Strike, though. So I'm going to put it in bad. I'm going to put it above the Regidrago, though. Now, the VMAX, this card, the nicest card from this set. It by a landslide for me. Really like it. I picked one up recently, and I was stupid. I traded in some, like, junk slabs that I had. Not really junk slabs, but low-grade slabs I had, like, 8s and 9s. Picked up a couple raw alternate arts, and this was one. Didn't really check the back too close, and the back has, like, a nice black mark on it above, like, the Pokemon word. Pretty disappointing, but this card's awesome. I'm probably try to trade that one off and get a great PSA 10 of this eventually. I think I'll move it to, it's going to go in great for me, honestly. It's going to go great above the Tyranitar, above the Flareon, above the Arceus. Honestly, I'm going to put it up here with I'm going to put it beside the Umbreon. I think it's a really nice artwork. I love the style to it, the symmetry, but like everything is also different. It's not like perfectly symmetrical. Nice artwork. Looks really good in person. Love it. Now the Single Strike V, same thing as the Rapid Strike. Not really much going on. I'll put it right beside it. Very similar artwork. Homie's just lifting a boulder. Nothing too crazy. Shadow Rider Calyrex V. I don't like this one. I feel like it's too much empty space. I get it, walking through like a dead forest, kind of spooky, right? But I don't like the fact that it's kind of empty and the Pokemon is so small. Like it's just framed too much for me. Like it needs to be happening. Cool card, but it's, I'll put it in all right, Above a lot of these, no, probably right there. Below the Mewtwo, but above Dialga. Actually, Dialga's cooler. Above Palkia, though. And the VMAX of this card is really cool. I pulled 2 of these like really quick on release. 3-pack blisters are where it's at. I think I pulled both of them from 3-pack blisters in like the first month this set was out. I graded both of them out of 10. Nice card. I think I would like to put this in great. Only reason is the Pokemon sucks. But the card is really cool. Like, I like the lightning. I like the kind of dark style. Like, it's really nice. It looks like, what you expect a card like that's called Shadow Rider to be. Like, this really fits it. It's just a stupid Pokemon. So, in that sense, I'm going to put it above the Sylveon in great. Based on artwork. But, artwork is a 10 to me. Pokemon is like, I don't know, 5 or 6. But it's better than a lot of these. Like I said, if they were all $20, I'd be buying it before Sylveon for sure. Ice Rider V. This one's crap. I don't like it at all. I'll put it right here with the Lilligant. I like the Lilligants more, I think. That's a card I don't have. I have all the other Calyrexes. Skipped over that one. So 4 more. We're getting there. We got the Ice Rider VMAX. Not nearly as good as Shadow Rider. It's good though. Better than Lumineon. I just don't like this Pokemon as much. The artwork is still really good. The Shadow Rider one is way better. That's like an 8. Is this a 6? 5 or a 6 maybe? We'll keep it there. I might move it around. Now Vaporeon. This is the best one from those collection boxes in my opinion, no doubt. Love the Vaporeon. This one's going, I think it's going to go near the top of great. I like the artwork. I really like the other Pokemon. I'm like a sucker for the alternate arts that feature other Pokemon subtly in the design, especially the VMAXs that show the size of the Pokemon, like makes them look like a monster. You know, the evolutions are cute monsters, but they're still huge. They've done a really good job with all the VMAXs of like making them seem big. So yeah, top of great. That's a good spot for it in my opinion. Next up, Noivern. I think this is a cool card, but I don't really like the like realism kind of design to it. Everyone says it's like Batman, right? Again, kind of a silly card. I feel like they just threw some of these cards into Evolving Skies just for the dragon representation. They didn't have to. I would put it probably right here, you know, near the top of bad. I wouldn't go out of my way to get it, but if I could, you know, if I was in the right place, right time, and it was $20, I'd buy it. Probably wouldn't pay more than that for it personally, and I know it's kind of worth more, so we're not really considering value. Artwork wise, you know, Noivern's a cool Pokemon. Artwork is just not it for me. I can respect it, but my opinion, not very good. Now the Jolteon V, I like this artwork too, but it's there's way better ones. I think I'm gonna put it at the top of good, and that's it. Now we can kind of move some stuff around if we would like. I feel like I need to move the Giratina up to the top. I think right there is good. What is that? 2, 4, 6. Oh, that's 10. That's my top 10, I guess. We'll leave that. We'll leave that as it is. The best 10. I think that's pretty solid. What else we got? We've got... I feel like Articuno is better than Celebi. I feel like Leafeon is better than Jolteon. I feel like Aerodactyl is better than all of those. Feel like... Sylveon is... I think that's okay. I think I might move this guy down to good, honestly. I think I'm going to do that. Everything's looking pretty good to me. Blaziken's really low. But dude, honestly, that artwork just sucks. People love this. Like, I love Blaziken, but man, this is not the best card in Chilling Reign. Like, I even have the Ice Rider higher. Oh, man. That's okay. Blaziken is no good. No good. I like my top, my best, and my great. Blaziken, my good's okay. There's lower stuff all right. Yeah, I'm not really gonna move this stuff around. I think garbage is definitely garbage. Could any of these go in garbage? Honchkrow could go lower. No, because the stuff that's lower than it sucks. Medicham is going above those though. I think that's pretty good. I think we'll call it right there. That looks pretty good to me. All right, guys. So that's my tier list for Sword and Shield. Our number one Pokemon is the Galarian Moltres V. From there, we have the Dragonite. We've got the Lugia, Umbreon, Espeon, Leafeon, Gengar, Rayquaza, Glaceon, and Giratina. I think that's a pretty solid top 10. I feel like a lot of people would switch that around a little bit. Maybe put Umbreon number 1, Gengar number 1, Giratina number 1. But for me, this is pretty solid. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're on the road to 2,000 subs, so if you haven't subscribed yet, let's get there. You know, we're really close to 1,800. Hopefully we can hit that 2,000 in the next month or two. I will be super stoked. And yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below. Roast my list. Feel free to just tell me I am wrong, because I very well could be. But this is my personal list, you know. Galarian Moltres, awesome card to me. Umbreon, awesome. All these cards, awesome. But you might have a completely different opinion. Again, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.